when life gets very monotonous, it's very important that you take a break, pack your bags, and travel. I am Dr. Abhilash Bhaskaran, and I'm going to break the monotony of my life by traveling to Kenya, because traveling is my passion and I love traveling. Here I am at the Chennai International Airport waiting for my flight to Nairobi. I am flying with the Ethiopian Airlines and I'm really excited and looking forward to my trip. At the back you can see my wife and my son getting a little bored about what I'm doing at the moment. Finally landed at Nairobi Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. A bit tired now. Some of you might know Jomo Kenyatta is one of the pillars in Kenyan freedom struggle, and he was first Prime Minister as well as the President of independent Kenya.
Heading to our hotel now, going to take this evening lightly and get ready for all the action tomorrow. The next morning, while waiting for a tour guide at the hotel lobby, something really caught my eyes. A couple of books on Indian mythology, a small reminder of the deep cultural ties between India and Kenya, thanks to our colonial history.
We are going to head to the Giraffe Center today, and I have with me Mr. James, who is our tour guide for our whole 7 days trip. Hello, James.
Hello, Mr.
Abby,
Yeah,
how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
Ready for safari?
Yes, I'm very much excited.
You are most welcome to this safari.
Thank you so much.
Today we are going to start in Maasai Mara
Okay,
for 3 days.
okay.
Maybe you will see our migration.
Uh-huh.
And then you will see big five, maybe leopard, cheetah, lion, elephant, whatever you're able to see.
Very nice.
The Giraffe Center is about an hour's drive from the bustling Nairobi city.
Good morning,
Welcome to Giraffe Center.
Jumbo.
Jambo si jambo sana.
Jumbo.
Karibu Kenya.
We've picked up some food for the giraffes. It's a baby giraffe there. Just like human beings, giraffes are also different types actually. This one, particular one, is called as a Rothschild giraffe. They all seem to be very hungry today. Hungry, aren't you? You seem to be very hungry.
We started our journey from Nairobi to the breathtaking Maasai Mara, one of the most iconic safari destinations in the world. We will pass through the Great Rift Valley and we will take a short break at one of the viewpoints overlooking the valley.
The Great Rift Valley that you see. The Rift Valley runs from Lebanon in the Middle East, going through the Red Sea, entering Africa through Eritrea, and running through Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, all the way to Mozambique, a total distance of about 9,600 kilometers. The African continent is thought to be splitting into two, or believed to be splitting into two, with a geological phenomenon that has been happening over a period of billions of years at a rate of about 6 to 7 millimeters every year. So this is not going to happen very soon.
The last stretch of road to Maasai Mara was adventurous. The smooth tarmac gave way to rough, dusty tracks, and we got what the locals call the African massage. But the real surprise came when we reached the Talak River. The bridge had been swept away in the recent floods, and we had to navigate across the river carefully and slowly.
So after about 6 hours of long drive, we are in front of our camp finally. Alright James, let's go.
Thank you.
We wanted to stay as close to the nature as possible. So we chose to stay at a tented camp right on the periphery of Maasai Mara. Our tent offered an experience that was both rustic and comfortable. It had comfortable bedding, a private bathroom, and large mesh windows. There were no walls between us and the wild, a perfect way to blend with the untamed beauty of Maasai Mara. That's our dinner menu.
Chicken curry and fruit chips.
What's your name?
Amrei.
Amare. Jambo Amare.
Jambo sana. Karibu Siligi.
The next morning, we were at the gates of Maasai Mara sharp at 6 a.m. I could feel a wave of mixed emotions within me, a mix of excitement and anxiety. We had heard countless stories of Mara. As we waited to enter, we couldn't help but wonder what this incredible land had in store for us. Needless to say, just 5 minutes into our game drive, we were greeted by a graceful herd of impalas, our first glimpse of life in Mara. Soon enough, we had our second sighting, a dazzle of zebras grazing peacefully. But one of them stood out. It had a deep wound on its thigh, perhaps a narrow escape from a predator. We were reminded that the beauty of Mara also carries the weight of its untamed reality. Next in line was a group of topis, tall and muscular antelopes with their reddish coats glistening in the morning light. They stood alert, ever watchful of lurking predators. During the first hour of our game drive, everything felt serene and quiet at Mara. James had parked the Land Cruiser at a scenic spot, allowing us to enjoy the vast grasslands. Just then, James received a message on his radio set about spotting a lioness and her 2 little cubs nearby. It was time to chase the wild again. We spotted a lioness and her 2 little adorable cubs. The cubs were playful, tumbling over each other, completely unaware of how special that moment was for all the tourists around. With this sighting, we had our first of the big five, and what a magical way to begin. Soon after, we received another message, a pride of lions nearby. As we set off in its pursuit, we unexpectedly came across a cheetah in a distance. Although quite far away, it was exciting to see this fastest land animal. Mara never stops to surprise you. Finally, the moment we all have been waiting for. The king of the jungle himself, majestic and unbothered, resting in the open as we all watched in awe. Completely unfazed by the attention, he slowly rose and began to walk with calm authority. The pride followed him closely behind. This was a powerful sight, royalty at its best. Just then, we were informed of another lioness nearby. She had her eyes set on a baby gazelle. We rushed to the spot, but missed the action by a whisker. Nature doesn't wait. Suddenly, Mara seemed to have come alive. The calmness of the morning gave way to a burst of activities all around us. Soon, we came across a herd of Cape buffaloes, massive, muscular, and a little intimidating. Cape buffaloes are considered to be one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. They have incredible memory, and if threatened or injured, they have been known to ambush and attack the person or predator even years later. It had been 4 hours since we entered Mara, completely immersed in its beauty. Our next mission was of a different kind, finding a safe spot in the wild to enjoy our breakfast.
The first thing that James did when we found this location for our breakfast was to check the tree, because it's quite common for leopards and cheetahs to be on top of the tree, I believe, in addition to snakes and also bees.
Great. It's cool. You can walk, you can do what you want. There's a juices drink here. You have a coffee, tea, mashara, and then we have some.
If you want to experience the beauty of Maasai Mara, I think you will have to be here in person. I don't think any camera can do any justice to what you really experience in this vast savanna grasslands. It's just incredible. I haven't been in such a place for a really long time, where there are no concrete structures or anything man-made, to be very honest. And more importantly, the diversity of animals in this place is just unbelievable. You name it, all of it is here.
A trip to Maasai Mara is incomplete without visiting one of the villages in Mara. We're going to do a quick visit to the Mara village, and Wilson is our guide for the village visit. Wilson with me, and he's the chief of this village. The village is called
Olkini.
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 Olkini, basically means that evergreen tree, named after a tree which never dries unless obviously destroyed by elephants or human beings. That's the Maasai music and dance. They've come all the way to welcome us. So we're going to enter the Maasai village. That's entrance. Hello,
Hello,
Jumbo.
Jambo. Okay.
The Maasai people are one of the iconic tribes of East Africa, known for their distinct dress, proud warrior traditions, and deep connection to their land. Their homes are called manyata, traditionally built by women from a mix of mud, sticks, and cow dung, designed to keep warm during cold nights and cold during the hot days. We were excited to be part of Maasai dance and Adumu, the traditional jumping dance. One of the coolest things that we saw in the village was the traditional Maasai way of making fire, using a wooden stick, a soft wood base, and a bit of dry grass. It was time to go back to the game reserve to catch up some more action for the day. While we were admiring a majestic herd of elephants, word quickly spread about a lion sighting nearby. The scene fell straight out of the movie The Lion King. No wonder crew of the movie had taken inspiration from this amazing place on earth. Among the remarkable species of Mara, one bird stands out tall, the secretary bird. The long black feathers behind its head reminded of the pens that secretaries once tucked behind the ears. With the gates set to close at 6 p.m., it was time to wrap up our day at Maasai Mara. Around in the night and protect us, yeah?
Keep an animals away.
All right.
Take care of people. Take care of the room. Take care of somewhere people are going to dinner.
Okay.
Going for breakfast. So I do it a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
The next morning, we were at the Talek Gate by 7:30 a.m. Geared up for a full-day game drive in the heart of Maasai Mara. Our mission for the day was clear: to track down the two remaining members of the Big Five. the elusive leopard, and the even rarer black rhino. About 2 hours into our game drive, our patience paid off. We spotted a leopard with her 2 little cubs. It was a breathtaking sight. The mother kept a watchful eye on her surroundings while the playful cubs tumbled over.
We are waiting in the safari jeep for the leopard to come towards us. Remember, we had spotted a leopard and 2 cubs, and they walked away from us. So we've gone ahead of them, and we are waiting in their trail to catch up with us when we can get a better. We know that leopard is walking towards us because James tells me, if you look at the animals, all the animals are looking in one direction, and that's probably the direction the leopard is, and he's walking towards us, or she is walking towards us. A leopard and the babies, and the cars are making way for them to go. I think the rangers came and they've asked the cars to move. You name it, it's all there. And I can see a cluster of jeeps there. I'm pretty sure they've spotted something. Mostly when these jeeps are clustered around in one particular area, it should be a lion or a cheetah or a leopard.
After enjoying a sumptuous packed lunch, we set off once again, this time with a single goal: to spot the black rhino. But as the afternoon sun grew harsher, my hopes began to fade. Apparently, there are barely 50 black rhinos left in the entire Mara. With such scarce numbers and a vast terrain, spotting a rhino is considered a stroke of sheer luck. Soon we arrived at the invisible border between Kenya and Tanzania. On one side lay the lush green plains of Maasai Mara, and on the other the dry, golden stretches of Serengeti. This natural shift in landscape explains the reason behind the Great Migration. These borders exist on maps and in our minds, but for the inhabitants of Mara, there are no boundaries.
No passport controls, no customs, no checking. You're free to go in, come out. As long as it's just along the border, it's fine. I believe there are rangers watching over you from far.
James then took us to the iconic Mara River, where plenty of action unfolds during the Great Migration. It's here that millions of zebras, wildebeests, and antelopes make the perilous crossing from Serengeti to Maasai Mara, braving the strong current and lurking predators. Although we couldn't quite complete the Big Five checklist, our 3 days in Maasai Mara was nothing short of extraordinary. From thrilling wildlife encounters to breathtaking landscape, Mara leaves you humbled and dumbfounded. As we took a final glance at Maasai Mara, we knew Mara is not just a destination, it's a feeling.